Hey guys, go to easynpc.com, link in the description down below to get caps, weapons, armors, all types of items in Fallout 76, and make sure to use code CHIEF for 5% off. So for this video, it's gonna be on the top 5 weapons in Nuclear Winter, and it is gonna be covering everything about these weapons. Now, when making this list, I just wanna put this out there before we get a bunch of comments saying, "Oh, I like this weapon better, blah blah blah." What's gonna happen is that I am rating this on drawbacks, so like weight, whether you can kill yourself with it, long range capabilities versus short range, how to obtain it, stuff like that. That is going to be covered in this list. So if there are a lot of drawbacks to a weapon, it's probably not going to be on this list because of those, no matter how strong it is. So let's get right into it, with the first one being the auto grenade launcher. Now this weapon is disgustingly powerful. You can clear out people that you're not even seeing. I get told from my teammates, hey, there's someone at 105 degrees. I'm just start blasting away with my auto grenade launcher, and if I'm running an explosive build, you're just gonna see my name in the kill feed. It is so strong and so powerful if you're running the right perks, but it does have some very severe drawbacks, which the first one is how it's obtained. You can only get this one of 3 ways, to my knowledge, which is, the first way is killing the Scorch Beast that you see at the very end of the game. So yeah, you'll have to wait to the very end of the game to get it. Next way is killing the Mega Sloth that you find around. He has a chance of dropping it, but it's hard to run into him, and it's also not very reliable for that. And then the last way is gonna be through hacking terminals, which is probably the most consistent way to get it, but even then, you don't have a guaranteed way of getting this weapon. What happens is that when you go to a terminal, you hack it, there is a 25% chance that you don't get the weapon option. Then after that, there's a pool of like 6 or 7 different weapons that you could get, and if the auto grenade launcher is only one of them, so the chances of actually getting the auto grenade launcher is pretty slim. So that is one of its major drawbacks. The second one is that it weighs a lot, so you can't really run too many weapons. And then the third one is gonna be that it's explosive and you will kill yourself with it. Unless you get a lot of experience with it, you'll most definitely kill yourself. It is a really powerful weapon, but it has some major drawbacks. Now, that is why it deserves the spot as the top 5, but not anywhere higher because of all of its weaknesses. It is, though, one of my favorite weapons because of how powerful and how much you can kill with it without even trying. So, that is the number 5 weapon. So, for the number 4 spot, we have the automatic handmade. Now, this weapon was my original weapon of choice in this game. If you could tell me, hey John, you could have any weapon to use in the game at the start, I would say automatic handmade. Because this thing is really strong. With all the damage it can do, it has a ton of fire rate, it can delete people so easily without even trying, and that is why it deserves the number 4 spot. Now, for its weaknesses, I think it just lacks ammo. The ammo is actually hard to come by sometimes for an automatic weapon. It uses 5.56, and that isn't always the easiest thing to come across when playing throughout this game. So that is the only real thing that I find wrong with it. Everything else, it is very above average. It does a good amount of damage for being an automatic rifle. I believe it is either the best or the second best for automatic rifles. The only thing that could compare is probably the Ultra Sight automatic laser rifle, but then again, that one's very inconsistent and has a lot of drawbacks. So, this weapon, very good. You can get it out of any lockpick area. You can get it out of the nuke chest that you saw me just go for, and it does a lot of damage. It deletes people, it goes well with a lot of perks, the small guns bobblehead, the bobblehead for increased unscoped weapon damage, damage for players. It can do a lot of damage if you stack everything, and I believe I've gotten it to about 96 damage total without chems. So if I use a Psycho, it's going to be even more than that, where it can 3-shot almost any enemy. So that is why it deserves the spot as the number 4 weapon on this list in Nuclear Winter. And let's get right into the number 3 spot. So, for the number 3 weapon, we have the Scoped Lever Action Rifle, which this bad boy deletes people with headshots. If you headshot them, they will die as long as you're running the right perks, and if you got the right bobbleheads, you popping chems, and also you got the right magazine, I believe this thing could one-shot body shot people if they're not wearing armor. It does a stupid amount of damage for what it can do. It is insane. And also, if you headshot them, they're gonna be dead instantaneously. I've pulled numbers over 300 damage. I believe once I pulled actually a 404 damage shot using the Scoped Lever Action Rifle. That is how much damage you can do with it. It is crazy powerful. And also, it is available in an easy way. You can get it out of nuclear chests, you can get it out of lockpicked areas. So because of that, it's actually a very reliable weapon to get compared to the weapons that you get out of terminals. So that is why this deserves the spot as the number 3 weapon in Nuclear Winter. And then let's get right into the number 2 one, which is one of my personal favorites, is the 50 cal machine gun. Now, I was thinking about putting the minigun up here instead, but the minigun has too many glitches and it's too hard to obtain for it to be worth putting it in here. Instead, I'm putting the 50 cal because the 50 cal shreds everything, it's reliable, you can get a lot of ammo for it, huge magazine, tons of damage, and when you're running Stabilized and Master Heavy Gunner and the bobblehead for big guns, it can 3-shot a lot of enemies. And I was able to actually get a solo win just by using power armor and the 50 cal, and I was just shredding through everybody easily. I think I got like a 9-kill solo victory with this weapon. It is one of my favorites because of how much damage you can put out, how reliable it is with getting it, and also it doesn't have any funky glitches compared to the other heavy weapons. Like the minigun, it doesn't always wind up properly, so you don't always get it for reaction kills, and also because it's a wind up, it's hard to get those really emergency type of kills where they pop out right in front of you and you actually have to charge it up, let it spin, and then you can start shooting them. By then, if you're up against a good player, you're dead already. There's no point. So that is why that Gatling gun also inaccurate. This is why the 50 cal machine gun is the number 2 weapon. There is literally nothing wrong with this except for its weight. It is so good, so consistent of a weapon. And then that leads us to the number 1 weapon on this list, which is gonna be the Holy Grail, the Tesla rifle. Now, this weapon has 2 major drawbacks, but it is so strong that I believe it deserves a number 1 spot anyways. So, the 2 drawbacks are, first one, you can only get it off of similar ways as the auto grenade launcher. You can only get it from Scorch Beast, the Mega Sloth, and also through hacking terminals. So that is really unfortunate, but it is so strong it makes up for that. And the other weaknesses is actually one of the reasons why I put in the Scoped Lever Action Rifle earlier instead of the Scoped Laser Rifle, is because the Tesla Rifle is an energy weapon, and that means it can suffer from grounded. So when you're playing throughout the game, you sometimes do get radiated, and if you are unlucky and you're using these energy weapons and you get the actual grounded mutation, you do half your energy damage. Alright? So that Scoped Laser Rifle does less than an automatic laser rifle. This Tesla rifle is going to do so much less damage if you get grounded by accident. So that is why it is kind of iffy at times, but as long as you get the Tesla rifle and also you don't have grounded on you, this is an instant win weapon. Yes, I'm saying instant win. You cannot lose when you have this weapon. So what happens is that when you use it, it arcs over to all your nearby opponents. So as you can see here, I get cornered. There's a bunch of people after me. I just start spraying the ground. Everybody dies around me. That's it. There's nothing else to this. And if you have Master Rifleman on with a tank killer, and you got the energy weapons bobblehead, and you have Awesome Tails 10 and stuff like that that increase the damage that the Tesla rifle does, you're gonna instantly kill everything in 2 to 3 shots, and you don't even have to aim. That is what makes it so powerful. If you have frog legs, just jump over your opponents as you're spraying at the ground. They can't track you, and you're just gonna instantly kill them because the Tesla rifle does the tracking for you. It is so powerful. You can wipe out whole squads with it. They will fear you if you have this weapon. So many times I have died to a Tesla rifle because I'm just in the open and they just pick me off before I could even blink. I'm dead because of how high of a fire rate it is and the guaranteed damage that comes out of it. So that's my top 5 weapons in Nuclear Winter. Let me know what you guys think. What are your top 5 weapons and why? Leave it in the comments down below. I would love to read it. Anyways, hope all of you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed it, and have a good day.